Okay, what's up, guys? It's been a heavy debate. What do people like more? The Lorena skin, my personal favorite. I love the AK more. Or other people's favorite, not as popular though, in the esports collection, we have the PAW-PAW. Now, we're going to be going over some similarities and some differences between these two beautiful skins. They both release same price, different variations, but first we're going to go over the PAW-PAW. Currently, there's 500 purchase requests. Now, this is earlier in, and I might be doing a redo of this in the morning, but there's only 258 offers of these, which is less. But first, let's look at the price. We have 1,600 as the buy order and 1,750 as the insta buy. Now, if we come over here to the new collection that just came out, the Lorena, this is double the price with way more purchase requests. Look at this, 1,350 purchase requests and only 100 more offers of these though. That does prove that they're not really selling, because look, nobody's even buying these. They were buying them earlier, but it's got up so high in price and there's so many people that already have them, but they are the same price. Comparing it to the 3,000 gold you could have bought with the $32 that you had, it is better to buy the Lorena, even though there was 10,000 of those, which probably meant that the Lorena over here sold more of the 10,000 than the PAW-PAW and the esports collection, since there's only 256 of these going out right now. Which I know most people don't like the infrared one as much as they do like the AK. I'm in like that too. If y'all are like that, please tell me in the comments. But I don't know. There just isn't a lot of great crafts. Like these people, I just don't think stickers look great on it. Maybe you disagree, but I don't think the skin is as cool. And I think it will stay like that. We can compare it to something like the Orbit that does eventually go up higher in value. But the only reason this is a little bit lower is because they also have the normal Val, which sold for like $5. Um, that's a non-stat trick version. They didn't do this with the PAW-PAW and the Lorena. Now, that is surprising because I feel like they like make a lot more money than that. But looking at like older offers compared to the Lorena, if we go down here to the Kitsune Dreams, they also did this. See, the Stat Track version sells for less than this non-Stat Track version because less people bought the non-Stat Track version, which is surprising because I used to own a few of these, and they really haven't changed in price. But look at this, Cranberry Vermilion. This was a $32 skin, like the AKR Stat Track Vermilion, compared to a $5 AKR Vermilion. That's crazy because people paid $32 and they never got their money back. These are selling for 2,200. It's a great skin. I like the Karambit, but it just doesn't go for as much. These offers that they're offering right now, they just almost never pay out when there's 32 when they cost $32. That's absurd price. But they tried something different with the 10,000 in Lorena. They only sold 10,000. These sold out in like 2 to 3 hours, which is surprising because they don't usually probably sell 10,000 of these and these offers like all together. And this is crazy. One of these just actually sold, but they're still not making profit. Like they only got 2,800 profit. They would have made 200 more if they would have just bought the 3,000 gold. That's why I suggest in my other video, and a new one coming out, that you should have just bought the gold and invested it somewhere and made that gold faster over time than playing with the skin. Now, if you really like the skin, I suggest keeping these because these will go up higher in price over time. They always do, as we saw with the Orbit that I showed you earlier. But this whole collection in general is kind of inflated due to low percentages and like how they're trying out with this new 10,000. Now, since they saw such success with this only selling 10,000 in limited stock, I think these prices will be kind of inflated for this, but they'll continue doing that in the future, and it'll keep selling out because people think, oh, well, there's only 10,000 of these gotta be worth a lot, but they're not really, because in general, as we saw with the PAW-PAW, there's probably less than 10,000 of these coming out because there's less offers and less people buying them. It is a bad example because if the PAW-PAW was the one with the limited supply, I still think it would be less than the Lorena because the Lorena, it just looks better and people like the AK more. But we will see this more in the future, that there's only like limited supplies of these things because the game makes more money. And maybe in the remaster version they might go a different way, but I think they're going to stick with the Stat Track version too because these are way more expensive than having the non-Stat Track version like the Val Orbit or the AK Vermilion, because there's not a lot of these. People don't like the Stat Track versions of guns more, but they don't sell for like a lot more. Like this is only like 5 times the price when usually they're like 10 times the rarity. But hopefully y'all like this. That's my opinion. Y'all have yours. Please tell me yours if you have a different opinion about this. I want to know it, so please tell me in the comments.